Buenos dias and welcome to a brand new country in South America.
We are here in Paraguay!
Yay!
And we are in the capital city of Asuncion, and this is our first chance to get out and explore it. We arrived at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday, so yeah, we were kind of disoriented.
A little bit tired.
Grabbed some food, did some washing after all the adventures in Cusco. That was amazing, but tiring, and we are so thankful that we've got a place now with a washing machine because our clothes were stinking. But yeah, so behind us you've got the Palacio de Las Lomas, which is a beautiful neoclassical building, but as you can see it is half covered in scaffolding, which is often the case with these big sites.
We always find it, no matter what city we go to, at least one of the main sites, there's always a bit of scaffolding. Yeah. But who doesn't love a bit of scaffolding?
Who doesn't? The weirdest thing for us though is that we downloaded an app to do a little tour around the city, and it sent us first of all to the port, which we were not a big fan of. It didn't seem too touristy or too great, so we came here, which is actually the second stop. But even here, other than some cars going past, there is literally nobody on foot. We're the only people stood here, other than 3 security guards who are staring at us. And actually one's walking towards us right now, so yeah.
And actually there's a school up here on a balcony and they're all looking down at us.
Yeah.
We're the only people down on the street on foot.
Except this security guard that's walking straight towards us right now. So we've got that going for us. I might move to the next place.
But apart from that, I've got quite good impressions from Asuncion so far. It's quite similar to more so Buenos Aires than anything else.
Yeah, it's got Argentina vibes with the streets and the bins and the way they are, but yeah. I think we need to go now.
Got a security guard right on us. But yeah, let's go and check out Asuncion.
Let's go see. Hola!
The most iconic building here in Asuncion is the Government Palace, also known as Palacio Lopez, which refers to 2 presidents, Carlos Lopez and his son Francisco Lopez, who succeeded him. It's named after them because construction of the palace began in 1857 under Carlos, but was completed 10 years later under Francisco. We're Craig and Kirsty, a couple who have been on the road for the past 3 years sharing our adventures around the world. Right now we're making our way through South America and exploring everything it has to offer. If you enjoy seeing new places and real experiences, please subscribe and welcome to the adventures of Tide Not Travellers.
So it's all okay, we made friends with the security guard.
That was weird.
Stood there with his handgun.
Just came over and was just stood there watching us for a while. I didn't say anything. And I was like, hola!
Before we actually started speaking to the camera, I held the camera up on the building because I thought, if they've got an issue with us filming, he'll come over now. But no, it's once we actually started talking to the camera that he came over. But it's fine, we're friends now.
He didn't speak any English, of course. But yeah, it's fine. We're like this now.
Yeah.
But we have left, as you can see.
But yeah, we've got a route that we're following today to see a few sites in Asuncion. So let's check out the city.
Yeah, let's go.
So our self-guided app tour was off to a bit of a rocky start here in Asuncion, but the sun was shining and we still had high hopes for the rest of the sites on our itinerary. Casa de la Independencia, or Independence House, was first built by a husband and wife back in 1772. But it was their 2 sons who inherited the house and held secret meetings here that eventually brought on the Paraguayan Revolution. As a result, on May 14, 1811, a group of Paraguayans announced the independence of Paraguay right outside this house. The house is now a museum and is free to enter. Inside you'll find documents, furniture, and artwork relating to what happened on that date. This mural in the yard depicts what is essentially Paraguay's Declaration of Independence.
So our next stop on our little tour of Asuncion, we've come to Independence House, which is the house where basically they began the plotting against the Spaniards and became successful, so that's why it's a really important historical building. But there are sections of it that we've just been told by a lady who works here called Carmen, lovely lady. She told us that it's not that safe to wander around these places, which is kind of the vibe we were getting. So So we kind of have to pick carefully what we're going to do with this tour. The interesting thing is that we've downloaded an actual walking tour route, and half the places on it she said, no, don't go there, don't walk there, it's not safe. So today could be interesting. But yeah, so we've had a little look around inside here. Obviously everything's written in Spanish, there's some interesting things, interesting historical building, and we are going to kind of go and rejig our route and stay safe here in Asuncion today. On Carmen's advice. Thank you, Carmen.
Ciao. Bye, take care. Hola, buenas.
So after spending a little bit of time in Independence House and speaking to Carmen, she gave us an idea of routes and things and places to go that are a bit safer. We've come here to the main cathedral and grabbed ourselves some lunch in a bar that she recommended to us called the Lido Bar. The bar was really nice. We just walked along past the main square of with the column of Independence in it, but it's really strange. Like the vibe we're getting here is like, I feel like it's a mix of tourists and also people who are possibly out to get tourists. So it's a strange one so far here in Asuncion. The part that we're staying in is like very different to here. We're staying over about a 10-minute taxi journey away. It's like very modern and very different, but of course we wanted to come and explore the real Asuncion. But yeah, we've ordered some food here at Lido Bar and it looks really nice. Security as you come in the door, of course. Everywhere's security here. But I've got a egg and ham sandwich, it's like a triple layered one, some fries, got a couple of cappuccinos, and Craig's got a giant Milanese. It's been a while since he had a Milanese that big. But yeah, it's really nice. We've got a view, of course, of the cathedral and the water. And we are going to head off to another site soon and try and keep ourselves safe, because we're getting really kind of weird vibes and people telling us, oh no, don't do this, be careful, you look so European. And we're like, we can't help it, we are European. But yeah, it's interesting so far, is our take on it.
Gracias, ciao. That lunch was much needed, but had a bit of a strange experience in there. So we were sat down and our coffees and our juice and our meals arrived, and then as the waitress was coming back she came back with our drinks to put them down, this other lady appeared out of nowhere, and then she basically said to me, excuse me, what is that drink you've got? And I said, oh, it's a coffee.
It's a cappuccino.
It's a cappuccino. And she was like, well, and you're having that with your Milanese? And I was like, yeah, it's quite a normal thing to do.
She's interrogating him for having chicken with coffee. Crazy. What are you doing?
And then it kind of ended there, and then she disappeared, but they were sat at the bar just behind us, and just constantly looking over is very strange, but
it is what it is. But the food was okay, it was good.
And the restaurant was nice.
Yeah.
It's actually quite nice, but it's a strange area. It's almost as if that main plaza where the cathedral is has been occupied and turned into like shacks, and the police station is right on the edge of the square, so I don't really understand why it's been occupied and when that's been allowed, but it felt like a strange area.
Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. It felt strange.
Yeah, but we're going to go and check out the Asuncion de Ferrocarril.
Yeah, there's also supposed to be a nice park, and today is Saturday, so there's actually quite a few things going on, even though when we started off it was really quiet, even though it's supposed to be touristy. There's a fair at the station.
We had a little wander around the Asuncion, and it was kind of like a car boot or antiques sale in there. There was some people doing some tango.
Milonga, it's like Argentinian, that bit.
Yeah, and there was also a live band. It was a nice atmosphere in there,
Yeah,
but you know, didn't need to spend any more than sort of 10-15 minutes in there.
Just nice to see something going on, because the city has felt so quiet today, and we're like, this middle of the day on a Saturday. Where's all the tourists? But yeah, now I've just taken a little wander around the Parque Uruguaya, I think this is called. It's a very small little park right across from the station.
With a statue in the middle.
Yeah, statue in the middle there. It's a nice little green space, little kids play area. So now we are going to head off and go and see a couple more things before the sun sets, because we don't really want to be here in the old part of the city after dark. It's weird, we're getting weird vibes today, that's all.
Kind of checking out the old part of town, and where we're staying is more modern, so we'll head back there this evening and probably grab some dinner.
Yeah.
We've just made our way over to Plaza de la Democracia, which is a couple of blocks from where we were, and it's really strange because it's a Saturday and most things are closed. And earlier when we were at the Independence House, we said to the lady, is there something going on today, because it's really quiet? And she said, no, it's just a quiet Saturday. But it's like, but why is this Saturday quiet?
It's a nice sunny Saturday.
Where is everyone? There must be something. And you occasionally walk past a nice shop that's open, selling nice things, or like a nice restaurant, and it's quite full, but no one seems to be out on the streets. It's quite unusual. But we're here at the Basilica of the Heroes, which looks like quite a grand building. It looks like it might be open, so I think we'll go and take a look inside.
Yeah, if we're allowed. Who knows?
And it looks like the guys might even be raising the flag. If I don't get told off for filming.
We just arrived at the National Pantheon of the Heroes just in time to watch them lowering the Paraguayan flag, which is pretty cool to see. And we met the manager of the place and he says we can go inside, so that's good to know.
The Pantheon of Heroes honours those who fell in wars fought by the country, and was a really fascinating place to visit. It's rare to be able to get this close up to this type of ceremony. The changing of the guards happens every 30 minutes here, but we also got to witness the lowering of the flag. The Pantheon is also the final resting place of Francisco Lopez, the former president, and the bodies of 2 Paraguayan soldiers.
Ciao. So we've just left the Basilica of the Heroes, and it's a really beautiful basilica actually, and the manager of the place was definitely by far the friendliest person we've met so far.
Yeah. Although actually,
today anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, in Paraguay since we've been here, even the security staff when we came to the airport was so friendly and so nice.
We've just seen some locals setting up like a market on the street as well.
Yeah, it is all happening. Saturday night.
Saturday night, there you go. So I don't know if they're setting up for tonight or next week. I don't know. But we're going to jump in an Uber or a taxi now and head back to the area that we're staying in.
Yeah.
It's about 20 minutes east of here, and it's called Las Lomas, and it's a lot more modern than this area, and there's a lot more going on. So
actually feels like a completely different city. This is as we found it here today in Asuncion. It's been interesting. Also, I'd say it is a really walkable city in terms of everything is quite close. We've been able just to walk there, but in terms of how safe we felt walking around is a bit I mean, I think we started off quite okay, and then we got freaked out a bit with the security guards telling us we couldn't do things. Then of course we met Carmen and she said to us, don't go here, don't go here, don't go here, don't go here, and we were like, ah, okay, it's half our tour.
Yeah. I don't know, we've kind of felt okay, nothing's happened to us so far, touch wood, but if you listen to people, just, you know, be careful. But I think having said that, we're going to jump in a taxi now, and I'm going to stop having the camera hoisted out in front of me.
Yeah, let's
go. Hola.
Our time in Asuncion Old Town was short, but we thought it's best to take the advice of the locals and avoid walking the streets after dark. It was nice to get to speak to a few locals along the way today. We got a really welcoming and warm feeling from the Paraguayans we spoke with. And although there were a few times we felt stared at, nothing bad happened to us, and we had a really pleasant day wandering around before heading back in an Uber to the newer part of Asuncion, Las Lomas.
Gracias, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Joel.
So as you can probably tell from our taxi journey there, this city really is a story of two halves. The Old Town area could not feel more different than here. Like, look how modern everything is. We're back at the Latitude with the beautiful sunset here. And even our taxi driver agreed that it is a completely different feel from that side to here. We're outside the shopping centre, which is literally a stone's throw from our apartment. We feel very lucky to be staying right here in Las Lomas. And just look, there's like waterfalls and beautiful lights on all the trees. There's a TGI Fridays. There's all the like comforts that the tourists would want in terms of food and restaurants, and a great supermarket inside there. So yeah, we weren't quite expecting the old town to be quite as rustic as it was. It was an experience, it was cool, but I definitely recommend if you're going to come to Asuncion, stay in Las Lomas, this area, because it's amazing, it's really nice. Also, we've got a hire car tomorrow, so we are going to leave Asuncion and head out and see some nature, which we are really excited to go and do. We always love hiring a car.
Yeah, we pick up our hire car tonight so that we're ready to leave early in the morning tomorrow, because we've got about a 3-hour journey. As Kirsty said, the contrast in Asuncion couldn't be more vast. And they've got like these really cool, like wavy skyscrapers here in Asuncion as well. Just looks very modern. But as we drove, there was a clear line where it went from kind of the older side of Asuncion to the newer side, and you just see all these brands everywhere. And then next door to it, you've got like a female prison right on the main road. It's really strange.
Yeah, our taxi driver was like, oh, this is the prison for the women. And I was like, oh, right. And then literally just across the road, BMW. Like, and then things just, got all branded and fancy after that. The women's prison is the cut-off of the edge of the dodgy part, basically.
We're going to head inside, take a look around, and maybe grab something to eat.
And hopefully find a Paraguayan SIM card, because otherwise we don't know bad directions for tomorrow.
Where we're going tomorrow. We're going out into the sticks, so.
Yeah.
We're inside the main shopping mall now, and as you can see, it's got all of the modern brands that you would find anywhere in Europe or the USA or any Western country.
Yeah, we definitely cannot believe the contrast between here and the old town, as I mentioned before. But that's not just because we don't like old things, because if you've been following us for a while, you'll know we love an old town. However, I'm really sorry, Asuncion, but I think like your old town had the least nice vibes of all the old towns we've visited all around the world. It's been an experience, and I'm glad I've seen it.
It's just strange because we went into a shop and there was a magnet, like a tourist magnet of the main palace that we went to see. So it clearly is a main tourist site.
And everything online that I researched said to go there, yet we got there and we were the only people there. We got made to feel like we shouldn't be there, and it's like, but this is the main plaza and the main palace to see. And then that guard came and chased us away. It was like, what?
People seem to spend their time off in places like this, and that's what someone told us earlier.
I don't blame them, this is really nice.
Yeah, and hence the old town was just completely vacant.
We thought like you'd see some tour guides and some groups, like in all of the cities we've visited around South America, especially this is the capital city.
There was none of that.
Yeah, but we just thought, oh, we'll do our own tour today so that we can film. And
all
then,
that we saw
nothing.
actually was the tourist signs, information stands outside of like the main buildings, like the cathedral. But apart from that, there was nothing else.
Yeah.
And another thing is actually we just went into the supermarket and bought some things, and you don't have to show any ID or anything. In a lot of South American countries, we found that you've had to show your passport even, or at least driving license. But it's much more chilled here, which is really nice as a tourist.
Yeah, even the security guard was super friendly here and was like, literally walked us to the supermarket, because we knew there was a supermarket inside this huge shopping centre which has got multiple floors, a supermarket, a cinema, gyms, everything. So we were like, where's the supermarket? And he literally was like, oh, I'll walk you there. So generally here in Asuncion we found people to be really friendly, but today in the old town, just a totally different vibe. Not that people weren't friendly, just that it felt a little bit unsafe, really, is all I'd say.
Yeah, there was an edgy vibe, that's for sure, especially around Lido Bar and the cathedral.
You can't say that we are being those kind of YouTubers that says everything is great when it's not. We're telling it like it is.
But yeah, we hope you've made it this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Asuncion. I hope it's at least interesting.
Yeah, it gives you an insight. We're off to go and cook some pasta for dinner now, because that's what we really do when we're not vlogging and eating fancy meals. This is the reality. Keeping this video is very real, I think. But yeah, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe so you can see where we head off to tomorrow for more adventures here in Paraguay.
Thanks for watching. Ciao.
Bye.